Hello, truck drivers. Today I want to talk to you about how to deal with dispatchers. The worst thing you can do is get on bad terms with the dispatcher because he controls your loads, he controls where you're going and when you get home, and a lot of things. So what you want to do is when you deal with the dispatcher, number one, you want to make sure that you communicate with the dispatcher. Some people like it verbally. Some people like going through the Samsara or the Qualcomm, depending what system you have. Speak to your dispatcher and talk to him about how he wants to communicate. That's the key thing, is communication with your dispatcher. Do not be afraid. If you're going to be late on a load, let him know. Now, I personally, I don't just send a message through the Samsara. I'll call my dispatcher. I'll send a message to the Samsara saying I'm going to be late on this load, and I will call him. The reason why is that he might be upset that you're going to be late, but it's going to be better in the long run by you letting him know that you're going to be late. He can get into the driver and the load gets covered, or he can send an email out saying, hey, this load's going to be late. The main thing is communicating with your dispatch office, letting them know when there is issues. Don't be afraid, well, I might make it, or, I better not let them know. Even if you might make the load, but you're running close, communicate. Because at the end of the day, they have a responsibility that they have to report to someone. They have a job to make sure these loads get done, just like you have a job to deliver it there. And the more loads they fail, it looks worse on them, and it just crap rolls downhill. So you want to make sure that you're communicating with your dispatcher at all times. Another thing, sometimes dispatchers don't want you calling, talking about how your dog's doing, or blah, 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 blah. I know that, when your dispatch calls them, you want to chit-chat with them for a minute, but they have a lot of phone calls going on, and there's times you can, but a lot of times they got to go, so don't take it offensively if they say, hey, look, I'm busy, I got to go. I don't have time to talk to you about your garden. I got to go. You got to understand that. So just be brief with them, let them know what's going on. Communication is the key when dealing with a dispatcher. Communicate, communicate, communicate. I don't know what else to say except that. When you're doing a load, if it's something you cannot make, let them know. If you like starting loads, let him know. He might not get you that load every time, but if you like it, be verbal. If you hate it, be verbal. Be verbal about it, so that way in his mind, he's like, well, he don't like that load, or he likes that load. Doesn't matter. He may have to give you a load that you don't like every week for the whole year straight. It might not be his fault, but just may be the way it goes. So, but the main thing, like I said, is communicating. If you communicate with your dispatch office, you're going to go a long way. You'll get more miles. And as long as you're getting miles, this truck's moving, you're making money. And that's the key to success, is making money. Be safe, other drivers. If you get some value from this channel, hit the like button and hit subscribe if you want more tricks and tips of how being a good truck driver, and more trucking life with Shawn. And I'll see you next time.